BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. Today is World Backup Day, the 31st of March 2022, so I thought I'd just take this opportunity to talk about a very important subject that can be overlooked by some. Now, through the years, I've always said your work on your PC or your device is not finished and complete unless you have at least 2 copies of that work or said work. Now, in this video, I'm just going to discuss some tips, some basic tips. So it's not a comprehensive list, but hopefully you'll find it helpful. And I'm sure that some of you will have some other ideas and some tips as well. Now, the first is regarding backups, is try to automate your backups as much as possible. You don't have to spend time manually backing up, which can be like a long story and a tedious process. Automate your backups as much as possible. I personally, on my devices, I use the Google Drive backup client and the OneDrive, and that between those two, that takes care of all my backups that are automated automatically. The next is make an offsite copy of your backup. So be in the cloud, like I'm using Google Drive and OneDrive, or another location. The main point here is you don't want all your data and all your files in one location. That is a no-no, especially if you are in an organization. Try and use the cloud or try and have a backup server somewhere off-site or in a secure location. If you are at home, if you are not using the cloud and you are using a manual backup, say you're backing up to an external hard drive or another drive, make sure that drive, if you are at home, is not kept in the same drawer where your PC is at the same desk. Try and put it in another location, off-site if possible, or in another location at the other end of the house in a secure place. Because in the case of fire, flood, whatever, any disaster, you don't want all your data disappearing in one go. And I personally, as I say, use the cloud as my main backup system, which is automated. And then at regular intervals, I will actually do a hard copy of the data I want backed up from my devices. And I then would store that hard copy of my backups in another location. So I know I've got my data in the cloud, and then I've got a safety net, and I have my data on a hard copy in another location. And then I would say make sure you're backing up as much as you can, because as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, unless you have 2 copies of the work that you're busy with on your device, that work in reality is actually not complete, because if something goes wrong or there's a disaster or your device crashes or whatever, that data is gone. So always make sure you're backing up regularly and as much as you can, and make sure that you have at least 2 copies of the work that you would find important. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.